The sun was dipping behind the jagged teeth of the San Bernardino Mountains, casting long, bruised shadows across the ranch. On the porch, the air smelled of dry sage and the copper tang of gun oil. I sat in the creaking rocker, a cleaning rod in one hand, and the bolt of a .300 caliber Win Mag in the other. At my feet, the pack was in family mode. Zelda, a white-coated Dogo Argentino with a chest like a barrel, was sprawled on her back, snoring softly as the evening breeze tickled her belly. She looked like a pet. She looked soft. And then there was Ashti. The young Kangal wasn't sleeping. She was sitting at the edge of the porch, her tawny coat blending into the dust of the driveway. Her head was cocked, her black musk turned toward the tree line where the timber began. She didn't bark. She didn't growl. She just watched. She was the tactical heart of this team. At the sound, 4 other heads lifted, 3 more Kangals, the heavy hitters, and another Dogo. In an instant, the copacetic family vibe evaporated. The playfulness left their eyes, replaced by a cold, predatory focus. They didn't need a green light. They knew the sound of the steel. They knew what was coming. We were leaving at midnight. 4 states away in the deep, unmapped ravines of the Pacific Northwest, something had been wood-knocking, something that had killed a hiker and left nothing but a shredded backpack and a scent that made every other animal in the forest flee. I looked at Zelda, then at the scarred ears of the older Kangals. They were the best hit squad money and blood could buy. But as I looked into the dark forest, a cold shiver traced my spine. I was confident in my girls, but I knew the law. We weren't just going for a hunt. We were going for an extraction. And in the forest, the trees had ears. And the king, he didn't like intruders. "Load up," I said, my voice barely a whisper. The dogs didn't hesitate. They moved towards the truck like ghosts, low to the ground, silent. The war hadn't started yet, but the first shot was already loaded. The drive north was a blur of black asphalt and caffeine. We bypassed the main highways, sticking to the logging roads, deep into the Cascades. Inside the modified truck, the air was thick with the scent of working dogs, a mix of dry fur and adrenaline. They knew. In the back, I had the extraction rig prepped. It wasn't just a hunt. It was an engineering problem. I'd installed a dual motor, a 12,000-pound winch with synthetic line. Steel snaps to loud, and it hums under tension. I hate the sked sled. A heavy-duty ballistic plastic sheet designed to slide over rock and root rolled tight. I looked in the rear view. Ashti was standing, her chin resting on the back of my seat. Her eyes were fixed on the passing tree line, tracking the movement of every branch. "We're close, Ashti," I whispered. We hit the trailhead at 0300. It wasn't the dry, sage-scented heat of California. It was damp, heavy with the smell of rotting cedar and ancient moss. It was the kind of air that held onto scents like a sponge.